Hello, all, and welcome. As you can see, the Necromancer is sitting in front of Stone Soup right now, which is in Montana. How about that? So, we don't have many folks in here right now. We're going to wait around just a little bit. This is a communication, admiring the car thing. And I'm kind of jealous of you, man. That stogie looks pretty good.
Oh, this is a Montana Stogie. Big Sky Star Company.
Hell, send one my way. We'll smoke one together. 1,000
Okay.
apart.
All right. Yeah, and if anybody wants to see anything specific on the car, I'm totally willing to show whatever.
JYD Lovejoy, I sent the link day before yesterday. It should be in your email. JYD is asking if you could get a close up of the grill work.
Oh yeah.
Man,
turned out really good.
It's not perfect.
But
that's damn good, man. I can't believe.
Well, I mean, sure, it's not perfect, but all things considering, it was pretty bent out of shape before.
Yeah, I mean, it was mangled.
Oh yeah,
that's just.
And
awful.
It looks. I don't know much about these cars, but it looks like originally it was painted black on the horizontal ones. I don't know.
Well, looks like I'm going to have to log into YouTube and drop the link in the chat for them. Nobody else is showing up yet. Yeah, exactly. It's perfectly imperfect. Live. Hey, there I am, right there. It's crazy. Okay. Pin message. There we go. All right. So that should take care of that. Well, how have you been there, Mr. Necromancer? And what are your plans for the car before you pass it off to Mr. Whitty? I'm sorry, Mr. Whitcamp.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing pretty good. It's turned into a nice day. It's been raining all day, which my garden appreciates, but
yeah.
Anyway, my plans are I'm going to put a timing light on here and try to get it running a little bit better than it is. It's actually running better than I initially thought from watching Jamie's video. But yeah, I'm going to get it running better. And I've got a couple surprises that I can't talk about yet.
I'm worried, man, because between you and JYD, I'm thinking the car is going to have wings by the time it gets here.
Maybe. I do want to. I know somebody's probably going to be doing the floor pan at some point, but I'm thinking about just kind of cutting a piece of plywood to put down there, just so that the car can kind of drive around without your foot going through the floor.
Yeah.
And then I'm also hoping the hinges to the hood are in the trunk. I'm going to try and get those installed.
Okay. Absolutely.
I love you.
Howdy.
How are you, Mr. Lovejoy?
Oh, I'm just peachy.
I heard you had a rough week.
I've had rougher weeks.
Man, I can't get over that. I'm sorry, what?
I said every day above ground is a good one.
Yeah, I was almost underground.
Oh.
Man, it's weird not seeing you 30 feet from your camera, man.
Yeah, it's a nice day, so I thought I'd just, sit on what's left of my porch after I cut it all up and enjoy the outside.
Fair enough. Well, man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just kind of flabbergasted by how good Scott did with that.
Oh yeah, that girl looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Still
is he going to join us?
couple of eyeballs, but what'd you say?
Is
Something
Scott,
about it.
is Scott joining us tonight?
Yeah, looks like some stuff out of Christine.
The
That's so cool.
the end of the car, the back end looks cool too.
I don't care what people say. I think it's a good looking car.
Well, to be honest with you, man, I think it's hideous looking, but I love how awful it is. You know what I mean?
It's got
I like
that.
the
It's got just the right amount of ugly to be cool. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Well, Virgil Exner, I think, was kind of high when he designed it. I do actually have a question, and I don't know if anybody's actually looked into it or not. You think you could peek down in the window crack there and see if that window is in the door? Maybe it's broken.
I was told that there's no window in here, but I haven't actually looked. Let's see.
Yeah.
Windows are extra anyway.
I do not see a window in there. I can't tell if it was broken out, if there's broken glass, or if it's just not in there.
Yeah, it looks
Maybe
like
it got robbed.
it's
Somebody
gone.
else's project. Yeah. The mirror is cool.
Yeah,
It's in good condition.
I like that there's wing vents.
Oh, that's my favorite feature on old vehicles is the wing windows, because it's just, I don't know. The ones in my truck, you open them, you're going down the highway, and it blows the breeze right on your balls. It's perfect.
All right. Well, so now that you've actually got your hands on it, hi, baby. Sorry, my wife just got home. Now that you've actually got your hands on it, what are you thinking? Like, good, bad? Necromancers or Junkyard D has joined us.
Yes. How you guys doing?
All right.
Another day in paradise.
Right.
Stage Zero asks, do we know what years will work for that window replacement? As far as I understand, only 60 to 63, 60 to 61, maybe the 63.
62, I think.
And it's got to be a two-door post because the coupe, I guess, has a different rear window and the door is longer. I don't know. So,
Yeah.
but it's got to be a two-door post.
And it's got to be a post, because if it's not a post, then it's all wrong.
Yeah. And as far as I understand, the Valiant has the same basic door setup that you can pick from in those eras too. Hello, Tim. Hello, Colleen. Everyone that's in the chat. Like I said, we're just doing an update video since the car moved. It is now in far western Montana. It has made the Idaho Gap. So next stop will be Whitty's Garage. Necromancer, where? I don't remember the name of the town.
It's over in, let's see, Columbia Falls, which is
There you go.
east of me, like an hour and a half or hour 45 minutes or so.
So, and then from there, it goes to the mad scientist beneath me.
Who's that?
Man, I'm flabbergasted at that grill. I can't get over it.
That does look good. Looks really good.
Great.
Scott
It
does
changed
good
the whole outlook of the car because it was kind of lopsided and funky looking a little bit before. It looks actually like a driver.
Look very much like Sloth.
Yeah, there you go.
Every day it gets less bad and more car.
Right.
Mm.
So you were just looking down the window there. It looked like the regulator and everything's in there, the hardware for the window at least.
Yeah, I did see the regulator down in there. I don't know if it works. Let me see if
Let's
there's
see
even
if it cranks up. While we're at it, 38 POS is asking, or he says the grill looks awesome. How are the headlight bezels?
Oh, I can look at that next.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
nope,
locked.
it's froze.
That probably just
Yep.
needs.
Hey, what about the back windows? You know, they both have cranks too.
Let's see. That one's froze up.
Okay.
Get the blaster out.
Oh, and the headlight bezels, for whoever was asking, let's see. They actually look pretty good. I mean,
I'm going to full
Headlight
screen you there.
broken. Oh, okay.
There you go. Hey.
So this one, besides the broken headlights, the bezel's in good condition. Actually, like, really not any dents at all on this one also. Oop, there you go.
Well, there you go, 38. Diet Coke. Yay.
What about that
Okay.
lower valance since you're up there?
No Kickstarter.
Oh. This door won't even open.
I did go and check. Older gentleman I work for used to work for rather, has a junkyard, and I went and walked it, and he doesn't have any on Mopar, which doesn't surprise me because he pretty much crushed anything that was Mopar. So I was hoping we'd find at least one, but nope.
No Valiants, none of that, huh?
I think the only Mopar out there is one like 60s Dodge truck, and that was all I saw. He always talked about them in and on trays, and he'd drive him for a couple weeks, and then he'd crush them because he hated them so much.
Gotcha. What were you going to say there, Necromancer?
Oh, somebody was asking about the lower valence. It's looks like it's got a lot of Bondo and also is lopsided and bent out of shape.
Yeah. If I remember right, 38 found it was 38 that found a Lancer in a junkyard. He might be able to replace that lower valence. Yeah, he just said, I think I can come up with a lower valence.
That's why I was wondering, just to see how bad a shape that one is in, if it's repairable or if it's worth replacing.
Well, judging by the grill, all we got to do is send the valence back to Scott. He'll knock it out and make it pretty.
There you go.
To Scott, let him deal with it.
No, I think Scott's done enough. Oh hell!
It's also if somebody could find the hood ornament that's missing right here.
Yeah, or we could get like the death proof dog, stick it up there.
Oh, there you go.
I could find a hood ornament. I'm not going to guarantee it's the one that's made to go on the car.
Right. It may come off of a Mac.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I was thinking an old John Deere.
Oh.
I think a Dodge Ram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still within the vein, right? I mean, it's
Right.
it's a Mopar. Jamie, Colleen says, what did Jamie say about the frame? Well, it's rough. It's not a 100% by a damn sight, but it's not falling apart. It's not breaking up. So that's better than some of the cars I used to drive when I was a kid.
Yeah, every shot that I've seen on the underneath didn't look like the frame was damaged. Where you'd probably want to look is just behind the front, probably driver's wheel, like right where the frame kind of bends down. That's usually where the water and the crud and everything collects and rots out.
Right.
Like right about there, yep. So if that looks pretty solid.
It's really not that
Yeah.
bad. But I saw the car when it was on the lift from Jamie's videos.
Yeah, it looks weird. It's weird that it looks like the frame is so solid and the floorboard fell through.
Well, what happens with the floorboard is moisture gets trapped in the carpet and the sound deadening, and then that sits for 40 years, and then it eats the floorboard out.
Yeah.
Ray said he
And
might be
mice,
able to.
urine will eat that. Yep.
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like mice and urine and stuff droppings, that eats through the floorboard too, where it doesn't get to the frame necessarily. So.
Or sometimes, the windshield seal isn't good. It'll drip through the steel and onto the floor.
Well, we actually do know that windshield seal is smoked. So remember I think it was either the first or the second video that Jamie did. It was just pouring in out of the top of the windshield. So
Did you end up getting a glass guy to collab with this? Because I don't know the first thing about glass.
no, actually, somebody just a few minutes ago asked about the age, or I think it was Jason from Stage Zero, about the time frame for that body style to get the glass for it. Ray said he might be able to get hood hinges and a trunk lid. Yeah, I was about to say the hood hinges are in the trunk, aren't they?
Yeah,
It should be.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Jeez, I'm just gonna leave you on the solo layout. It's easier for you to pick and choose.
Well, it's starting to rain, so I gotta grab a jacket. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. Can I set this up here? Oh, perfect.
Look at that.
So I know we were concerned about floorboards.
Yeah.
If it gets to me and it still doesn't have anything for floorboards, I can mock up something. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to be like pristine and perfect, but they will be floorboards. You won't fall through them.
Yeah. Well, before you actually got in here, Necromancer actually mentioned maybe throwing some plywood down in a proper shape, at least until it can get to floorboards.
Right.
I
have so much steel lying around, it's ridiculous. Between me and 38, we ought to be able to come up with something.
Okay.
Yeah, and the plywood is
who is here?
temporary.
Well, the biggest thing that I've been trying to work on is shoes for the car. I actually hooked up with Jim from Jim's Fastback Garage over here in Indiana, maybe 20 miles from me, and we found a couple of small bolt pattern, 5x4 rims for the car. But man, I just haven't one complete one. What do you want?
Speaking of wheels,
What?
those are for your car, but they are
They're big bolt.
they're the larger bolt pattern, so something is going to have to change. But it's got two 14s and two 15s, so you could have kind of a bit of a rake, get that kind of hot rod.
I've got tires for that. I've got two almost new 14s and two almost new 15s.
Well, it's a thought, guys. But to do the upgrade on the wheels, aren't we going to? And we have to keep in mind the width of the tire as well. But don't we have to replace the hub and all that stuff? Seems like a lot of damn work to get some slot mags on it.
It is a lot of work to swap to those slot mags.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Scott at Heaven's Mopar. I think it was his buddy donated them, and he said that if you didn't want to go with those wheels, you could sell them and use the cash for other parts or something. You'll have to ask him for sure.
Yeah, that's what he said. Regardless, the fellow that donated the wheels will still go on the car. Everybody who's pitching time in deserves a little bit of notoriety, That being said, since you actually have them in possession, Mr. Necromancer, would you like to put them up on Craigslist or something, see if you can get a few dimes out of them?
I can try.
Okay. Yeah, help out your bill a bit.
Sure.
I would honestly hold off because I think slots on that car would be awesome.
Oh, I think they look amazing, but man,
I think it would too.
Of having the hardware to convert it to big bolt pattern.
Well, how about I'll send them off with the car, and if it starts getting real close to Ohio, somebody over there can put them up for sale, just in case somebody along the way wants to do the conversion. I know it's a lot of hardware and stuff, but
Right.
maybe
I think
somebody
it's still in the beginning stages here. Somebody may have the conversion that we need. I basically need the axles to the back, and I have no idea what's compatible with that. I think it's a 7 1/4 in that rear end.
That sounds right. I got lost in a lot of the numbers that Jamie gave us, but
I know I'm doing the brakes. That'd be a really convenient time to do the conversion. So I'll see if I can come up with parts. I might know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Like I said, man, I leave that kind of stuff up to you guys. 38 Ray, yes, I did find a set of hub. Okay, so I have to explain. I have a soft spot for hideous cars. Okay, everything else in my life is beautiful. I got a beautiful wife. I got a beautiful dog. My house is awesome. I'm saying that about you. Shut up. But every car that I've ever owned has had one horrible, awful, just the car looks terrible. And these hubcaps that I found for this car for the proper sized rims are just hideous. And I love them. So I don't know if I'm gonna, because like I said, it's a big effort from everybody. So if somebody wants to do the conversion on it, I'm not gonna say no. But if it gets here, I have the ability to put on some really crappy, ugly hubcaps.
Do you care to show them to see what they look like?
I don't have them. If I should have taken a picture. I might be able to figure it out. I know they're off of old Valiants. Valiant hubcaps. Money, you never know. Where are they? Hey, that one looks like Stone Soup. Yeah, I did say ugly. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. I'm hunting ugly hubcaps.
Well, the other thing to keep in mind, if you do convert it to the 5 on 4.5, you're going to have a lot better luck finding other wheels. You're going to have a lot better selection. The small bolt pattern it's very hard to find wheels for it. If you wanted to use those hubcaps, even if you've got those slots on there, at that point you can just find a 5 1/4, and those hubcaps might fit, a bigger bolt pattern wheel. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas when you're on the small bolt pattern, they're hard to find those small bolt pattern wheels.
Would you believe
Other
that
than
I actually found
stock Steelies,
I actually found them. Give me a second, guys. I'll share my screen.
Yeah.
Look at that shiny carb on there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you got one of these. Oh, the old one got smashed.
I know.
A dip can works perfect to cover carburetors, just so you know, so you don't get rain in them.
Oh.
There they are. Look at how hideous those are.
Oh, they're full.
Those are awful.
Those are just awful, aren't they?
That might just work on that car too. They're kind of space aged.
Right?
Yeah.
I love those.
Styles. Are they 15 inch?
They're 14. They're for the stock rim.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was my thought. Hey, Big Wrench Tech. What's going on, Donnie? I made it. What's for dinner? What is for dinner, baby? My house it is. I cook every other night. I know you ain't laughing for the show. We lose Lovejoy.
Phone does this wonderful thing where it takes the camera away when I'm looking at other stuff. So I was looking for big bolt pattern conversion kits.
Oh, gotcha. Well, okay, so
they're ridiculously expensive. So I might just see if I have the stuff lying around. Someone's got to have them.
Yeah. I have a question, Necromancer. What if anything, do you know that Whitcamp is going to take care of over there?
I asked him. He wants to do fluid changes. He's going to change the oil, and then I think he's going to give it a bath.
Well, tell him
So-
to be careful. It might just be a pile of rust in the bay when he's done.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he'll be careful. But yeah, I think he's even going to try and vacuum out the inside and stuff just to make it a little less of a biohazard.
Okay. Connor, you're breaking up terribly, man.
Weird.
Yeah, guys, I do like the slotted mags, but if it gets over here and we can't find the conversion kit or whatever, we've got an option for the stock rims.
Yeah.
So,
Colleen makes a good point there. Hubcaps are not allowed on the racetrack, so.
oh well,
But they
I
can
would
be taken out.
Yeah, I would pull them off anyway.
You want to highlight comments as we go so that others can see what you're talking about? Just click on the comment.
Yeah, I
Like
can. Colleen, fan user. No, that's not what I want to do. Show. Hey, look at that.
There you go.
Out.
Wow.
Oh,
Technology
Yeah.
is really
I'm
amazing.
bad at doing that too. I always forget, but it helps the chat see that you're acknowledging their comments. So.
Yeah. The car guy, I agree with the aluminum slotted mags. Yeah, I mean they're not bad, man. I think they look badass on the car, but right now we're kind of worried about
black. Just saying.
Size. What?
Especially if it was jet black, those slotted mags would look pretty sick.
I know, right? Tell me that car wouldn't look sinister with a rake and slotted mags on it. Well,
slotted mags add 1 horsepower too.
Right? Yeah. So, anyway, Jim from Jim's Fastback Garage is out here in my area looking for parts and pieces. The list is actually kind of getting smaller because the shift yoke is now in the bed of Necromancer's truck. So
That's the other thing I'm going to be doing. I forgot about that. Yeah. So in order to get it up on the trailer, I think Jamie welded this, the shifter, but
yeah, he broke it.
Yeah, but I think it broke again because in order to get it into gear, I had to go down here and, push it down into reverse, and then, or actually no, that would be first. Pull it up into reverse. I had to do that and then get in the car and then start it and then move it.
Nice.
Here I thought you started it, ran out, changed the gear, and then had to run back in before it started moving.
Well, it's a good thing there's not a driver's window. He had to jump in.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw how it starts. But Jamie rigged up this.
Yeah.
And you connect the 2 yellows together, and that connects the stuff, and then you gotta short that other wire, and then it shorts the starter and turns on the car. So
couldn't the guy just put a momentary switch in there pretty easily? Just that $5 momentary switch from O'Reilly or something.
That's kind of what I was thinking. An on switch and then a momentary button to turn it on, and then maybe another hidden switch just as a security measure so somebody doesn't just take off with it.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of a dead man maybe in the trunk or on the back valance or something.
Yeah, that'd work too.
Because, I will be learning how to drive a 3 on the tree.
Well, do you know how to drive a normal 3-speed?
I do, but I've explained this before in that for whatever reason, when you change the axis, like say the 4 on the floor is on the X axis, if you put it on the Y or the Z axis, my brain just I can't do it. I don't understand what, like there's a disconnect there, So
it's easy. You'll get it.
Ray says I might try to get the key switch from that one in the junkyard. I know a thing or two about wiring. So there you go.
Right on.
I'm looking forward to everybody's videos, but I cannot wait to see Lovejoy, JYD, and freaking Ray all together in the same spot. Those videos are going to be ridiculous.
Do y'all live next to each other, or
No.
Yeah.
No. JYD is actually in the middle of North Dakota.
600 miles apart or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that much.
oh,
Me and Ray are like an hour.
Hello, Rooster. He's another fella that's actually hunting some parts for. Oh, speaking of that, Rooster, I still haven't gotten a certain Roadrunner from you. I don't know what's going on with that. So, pardon me. Anyway, so, yeah.
Colleen had mentioned about brakes there. Are they? You said rotors, so that's the disc brake. Is it just the rotors or the whole assembly?
I think it's drums all the way around, isn't it?
Well, that's what I thought. But you said rotors, so that's why I'm wondering.
Now, to be frank, I'd prefer having some discs up front, but yeah, those are drums, man.
yeah, drums all the way around.
Full drum brakes, when they're set up correctly, will stop just as good as discs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not complaining about it. I just I know discs, you know.
Fair enough.
Discs are easier to maintain, in my opinion.
That white F-250 over there is drums all the way around, and I pulled this car over the mountain from Washington with no problems. So
Scott says, "Hey, what's up, Dodge nerds?"
My 64 Mercury, which is for sale, by the way, if anybody wants to buy it and rid me of this hell, is disc brake all the way around. And when it ran, that thing stopped on a dime.
Now it doesn't go on a dime.
Well, there's no motor in it or transmission.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Yeah. My 66 is drums all the way around too. I drag race it, so yeah, drums are fine. You just gotta adjust them right and stuff.
You're bringing the Beetle, aren't you?
Me to
Yeah.
what?
To No Name.
No, no.
What are you bringing?
Probably my 66 Valiant.
Gotcha.
Unless I get to really at it and get my 68 done, but that's a lot of work to do on that guy yet. So we'll see.
I'm giving it the old college try, but I don't know at this point if I'm even going to be able to participate in No Name, and I really don't have anything ready to drive yet.
Well, hell, Foggy and I can pick you up. Just grab your own hotel room.
It's just a matter of figuring out what I want to bring. I mean, like, I've got my Chrysler that I'm still driving. I'm not completely SOL since I wrecked the truck, but I wanted to bring something to, like, participate in the events with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
2000.
That's the goal with this thing. So
why not bring the Merc?
Of the Fifth Avenue, but it runs really bad.
Why not bring the Mercury?
Because I don't have a 390 or a transmission to put in it.
Well,
I want to be done with that car.
but it sounds like you're a Dodge guy that finally has a Ford.
No, I'm a Ford guy. Has slowly been getting into Dodges.
So what does Fifth Avenue have in it?
Fifth Avenue's got a 318, but it's I'm halfway through deleting the lean burn, and I've still got the computer-controlled carb on it, and it runs so rich, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
And I just haven't had the money to pick up a new carb.
Ray says, Connor, did you pick up that Ford diesel?
I did, and it is a mess, and I would love to talk to you about it off air. We don't have time to get into it.
Yeah, you want to race Stone Soup with an 800 horsepower truck? Sure. Shoot the call out video.
Sure, I'll drag race you with a 7.3 IDI. Neither of us are going very fast.
Levi is in here. Hello, Dylan. How the hell are you? I'm good with it, Rooster. I don't care. I'll take all comers. I win or lose, I'm still going to have a freaking ball. I'm actually thinking I might bring some consolation prizes for everybody. No, I think I've got a real chance against some of these guys, especially after.
I gotta let my dog know. I'll be right back.
All right.
With one of the mods I'm putting on here, you'll be able to beat them all.
Dude, just make sure there's a firewall between the back seat and the trunk. I'm carrying my daughter.
Just gonna strap a turbine engine to it?
No, I was thinking a gigantic bottle of nitrous, but
just other bottle and strap it to the roof.
Blow the hood right off of it. Bang. But
no, it's something's going right here, and you'll see.
I am really excited to see what you're going to do with it, man. Speaking of which, not to push or anything, but when are you getting started on that?
So my plan was to start tomorrow, but due to the weather, I'm probably going to start Wednesday. Like I said, it rained all day. It's actually starting to rain again right now. It's supposed to rain again all day tomorrow. I might work on it a little bit in the rain, but yeah, I should be. My goal is to be done with it by the end of the week so I can pass it off.
So what did I miss? You're putting something where?
Right about here.
Okay.
He's going to Jamie to the Turbo Slant 6.
Look at what Colleen said. That's great. Rooster says 660 feet divided by 18 is I only need 4 feet to catch him. Hell. I don't know, man. These two, this one and that one are probably going to be, I don't know, nitromethane injecting the damn thing.
I was just going to put air in the tires. Make sure that they're, a good 32, 35, somewhere in there.
Right. Speaking of that, I've been trying to get a hold of Cooper, Goodyear, whomever I could to maybe sponsor for tires. And I think I might tug on the Dalton Summit string because I know that he's got access. He's not actually sponsored, but he's got access to some cheaper tires. If those slot mags aren't on the car by then, might be able to get some good tires put on it by then. So maybe
try Priority Tire. They like to work with YouTubers, from what I've seen.
I'll write it down right now.
Dalton from Pole Barn Garage actually just recently got a sponsorship from them, so.
That's who I was talking about.
Oh, is it?
Dalton Summit, yeah. Priority Tire. All right.
I don't know what Dalton's last name is. I just watch his channel.
Okay. I'll try Continental as well. There used to be a Continental plant right here in Dayton. Continental. Dummy, there's 2 ends. 3 ends, actually.
Hey, Ray, did you keep the GMC badge off of my truck? Because if you did, you should put it on Stone Soup when it comes by.
That's not going to happen.
Hello, Bigfoots and Mopars. What'd you say? What? Hey, you got your rabbit out here to complain about. You let me have my little road toad. No, I don't want it on there. You can stop talking now.
Ouch.
Got the fucking peanut gallery over here. I kept the door in. Didn't like 45 plus timing in it. Oh.
Who could have foreseen that?
Rooster says Stone Soup is defiled enough as it is. No bow ties.
Yeah, that'd make it run worse.
Right. There's 15 folks in here. If you can, please hit the like button. Also, I've been pretty diligent about aligning the videos on my channel that everybody's doing. It does not, pardon me, it does not add to my count. It adds to the individual counts of the folks that have done the videos on the car. So please go watch their videos, help them out, give them likes and love and all that stuff. We got some super chat. Somebody.
Hey, look at that.
I got to keep up
Damien
with these
did.
comments here. Stone Soup going to make it my way. Like I said, I can't offer a lot, but well, cutting torches and stickers. Okay, so the plan right now is that Stone Soup should be in our area because you're not too terribly far from me, Dylan. In roughly mid-August, maybe early August, if we're really moving it along. But the plan was just to try to get as much lead time on No Name so that I could get the car looking pretty, because that's one thing I'm actually pretty decent at. So, Steven, sorry, I got all that, get that way with the boosts. She doesn't. No, she doesn't. She does not have a mute button. Thank you so much for the tire money. I appreciate it. Hey, NSB Lee, you need to get a hold of me, dude. I've been trying to get a hold of you about this sea of silver that's sitting over here on my desk. You mentioned that you needed to do some changes, and I can't. I'm kind of stuck. Let's see. Dean is in the room, or Dean, even Dean. I don't know. I think it's Lee though. Steven is here. Okay. So, anybody have any suggestions for the car? Any questions for the four of us that are up here right now? Thoughts, places that we should go for parts, etc. Anything that we can use to make this a success. We'll leave that there. Oh geez, they're killing it on comments tonight. Dean's or Lee, my email. Okay, I'm caught up. I'm gonna leave it. Actually, I'm gonna. How do I hide? Oh, there we go. Hide it. There we go. I'm getting there. I'm figuring it out. God, that's a pretty car.
Is Triple
where
M
did we go?
supposed to be them brake assemblies, or is that not happening?
I'm sorry, Lovejoy. I did not understand that.
At one point, somebody, I think it was Mopar's Mustangs and Minivans or whatever, said he had brake assemblies for this car. Did we go any farther on that? Are they coming my way, or?
I don't know. That would be for either Damien or Colleen to message. Roger that, Lee. I appreciate it. And that's a good point, Ray. One thing's for sure, we need to make the plans for the brakes need to be finalized before Connor gets it. So,
And the spindles, if you're going to big bolt pattern or small bolt pattern, because
right,
it's kind of one and the same. So,
Does Foggy have anything to share? No, just more lip. That's all.
Oop.
That's not what you're best at. Dylan, can you maybe message me via email or something? I have a sneak attack plan that I'm kind of trying to put into motion, and I don't want to put it out there until I've got it figured out proper. Okay, so
it's starting to storm, so I'm going to go inside. I'll be right back.
Roger that.
Don't leave the car out in the storm.
You better get that
it's going to storm.
Emco. What if it hails and ruins its pristine paint?
Right.
Okay, we only have rotors and caliper brackets.
Okay, I thought that he had said that he had some full drum brake assemblies he had pulled off a car. I must have misunderstood him.
Gotcha. Mark, you better hurry up. We're working on a Lenko Dart 2.0. It won't be ready till 2025, but it's going to be nasty. Can't wait to see that, man. MM&M has just the rotors. Spindles, calipers, brackets, and a master cylinder would have to be sourced. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because like I said, I'm not intimately aware of everything that goes in with that conversion, but wouldn't we have to change out the axles too, or at least the spindles, or the somebody knows what I'm talking about. Help me out here. Don't leave me hanging.
Are you talking for the big bolt pattern conversion or for a disc?
The big bolt pattern conversion. That, yeah.
Just have to change the axle shafts.
In the rear. So the rear have the axles.
Yeah.
Got to pull them out, put new axles in with the right bolt pattern on there.
Correct.
The fronts are the spindles that hang from the A-arm and everything else. So that's what I'm saying. If we're going to do disc brakes or drum brakes or small bolt or big bolt, you have to match it all correctly in the front. So,
which disc brake conversions are easy. I can absolutely do one of those if that's how we want to go. I have never done a small bolt to big bolt conversion, but it can't be that hard. I mean, it's just different parts.
No, it's just a matter of taking the spindle. You need the spindle, take it off the A-arm. The A-arm is the same. I think I need to double check that because the size of the ball socket that goes into the A-arm might be different depending on year and disc brake and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it's a matter of taking that off, put the new spindle on. You got the bigger bolt pattern.
I was speaking to Jamie the other night while he was on his way up to Mopars in the Park, I think, and he said it's very involved and it's a lot of steps, but he said that's if we can get it done, he said that's definitely an upgrade for the car. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. I kind of leave it up to you guys. What do you talking about? Oh.
It's going to come down to how much time I have when it gets here, because I'd really like the car to be here and gone by early August.
Right. I understand.
My first son is supposed to be born like August 3rd, so I'd really like the car gone before then.
Congrats.
So what are we? Do we have a rough schedule? I know we talk about this every time, but we're looking at a...
Since we have somebody who actually has the car in hand, how long do you think your stuff is going to take?
I figure I'm going to have it about a week, and I'll probably take it over to Whitty this weekend. At least that's my goal. Okay. Or early next week. I shouldn't have it for more than a week or a week and a couple days.
So you're thinking next weekend or that following week, you're going to have it over to Whitty's?
Like this weekend, like the weekend of the 8th and the 9th.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the goal. I've been talking to him about it, and it seems like that's going to work for him too. So.
And do you know how long he is anticipating to have the car?
I don't know. It's also getting real close to a time where his wife is pregnant, and they're going to have another kid basically any time as well. So,
Jeez.
yeah, all
I'm
these
glad
kids.
I'm past that, man.
So then, are we planning on working on it at the same time, Ray? I didn't know if that had been nailed down yet, or if we were going to pass off, or how we were going to do that.
Oh, I think you guys should do it all together, because if JYD is taking it down there, that series of videos would be a laugh riot.
I mean, I don't really care. Obviously, I prefer to not have to drive an hour to go work on it, but I also don't
nobody's demanding that. I'm just saying, like, I think it would be hilarious.
I also don't have room in my place, and it'd be nice to have other knowledge. So
yeah,
Right.
the hell was that?
Wasn't me. Hello. Sound check. Sound check.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
else?
What do you want? I was trying to root through all the messages. Okay,
So if it's going to Whitty's like next weekend, if he has it for a week or so, right?
No, he said this weekend. He said it's this weekend.
No, 2 Whitty's, but if he has it for another week at Whitty's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it'll be heading to my direction.
You would be the next person on the list.
Week of the 14th. Is that where that's next weekend already?
Yeah. I just messaged him to see what he says.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll get a message back while we're on here or not.
I sent him a link as well. So.
Okay. He's probably at work.
Work? What's that?
Yeah.
It's this thing that we have to do to survive in this economy.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Yes, Jim, I got a haircut. She trimmed it up right before the show.
Hey, Jim.
I'll be right back again, guys.
Connor, I have the room and a fair tool selection. Kind of makes sense to have it here. Maybe you can hit it hard on a weekend.
I'm not going to dox you, but I think I remember what area you're in. I'll be back shortly.
Well, you lost 2. You want to go too?
No, I'll stick around.
All right. Man, I'm so giddy about this that it's moving along and everybody's getting a chunk of it. And I'm excited to see what you guys do with it. How long does it take you to edit your videos normally, man?
Me?
Yeah.
It depends. Depends on work and stuff. I'm about halfway through editing the trip over to pick it up. So I'm hoping to have that out like tomorrow or the next day. And then, I haven't even filmed working on it yet because I haven't touched it yet. But I would assume that about a week or so after I've taken it over to Whitty, I ought to have that other video edited and uploaded.
Okay. Now, as far as the travel between Whitty and JYD, how are we going to manage that? I know Chris said that he wouldn't have any problem with taking it all the way, but dude, that's like 600 miles.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he mentioned that he was talking to you about meeting in Billings or something, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. We communicated over an email just to to see what options were available and stuff. So,
okay,
I understand if he's got a little one on the way, but I also have to go another. I don't even remember how many miles it is. 400 miles down to Nebraska too. So,
yeah.
We'll work it out one way or another. So,
for sure.
My phone was dying, so I moved to my motorcycle.
And he had mentioned Were you going to ride along too?
What was that?
Or were you going to ride along too, or are you kind of homebound now with the little one?
I would like to. It depends on when it all happens. It depends on my workload, and my sister-in-law is coming to help with the kids and stuff for a little bit. And so if it happens during that time, I can probably get away, but we'll see. And that's she's going to be here in a couple of weeks, so that might kind of fit our timeline.
You better get your permission slip signed before you.
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
It's crazy that we had the same thought right there.
Yeah. I wouldn't count on me coming, but I am going to try.
Okay.
Well, Jim says he's been beating the bushes for 14-inch wheels for that car. Oh, that's what I was going to mention. Okay, so with those slot mags, if we decide that we're going to do this conversion, the 14-inch rims that are on the back of it right now are already too wide. Or at least the offset is too wide because it's literally that far from the leaf spring. Is putting slot mags on that car, is that going to screw that up? Is it going to make it worse?
Really depends on the specific offset of the specific slot mags that are in the bed of that truck.
Well,
and I can measure that.
It's easier just to pull the rim tire off since you've got the rim there. Well, you can't put it on because you can't mount it all the way, but
right.
You could measure the backspace.
Yeah, I can measure it. And you could always put on wheel spacers and roll the fenders.
Well,
and then you could camber them out like this, and
it's not the fender the issue though. It's the inner part by the leaf spring, right? It's rubbing on the leaf spring.
Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying you put the wheel spacers in, but then you're going to push it too close to the fender. Then you roll the fender. Yeah.
Yes, Jim. We had a set of slot mags donated, but they're large bolt pattern. And I know you weren't here initially at the beginning, but we were talking about maybe doing the conversion to the large bolt pattern. If it can happen, great. If it can't, then the fella that gave us the rims said, go ahead and sell them off and do what you need to do. So
I'll send you photos, Jim. All four.
Yeah, all four. There's 2 14s for the front and 2 15s for the back. You all right there, Connor?
I'm just a little tired.
So, like I said, man, this is meant to be interactive. Anybody got any questions for us? Any issues? Any thoughts, suggestions, etc.? Feel free to ask. We're here for you. I'm so excited we got a super chat. I do need to mention though, we've started a Patreon. Hey, Dennis, how are you? We've started a Patreon for Stone Suit. Now the Patreon that we've started is just for the mechanics and travel, helping them get parts, helping them get fuel for the car or for their tow vehicle, etc. Any parts that may come up that are just a little out of the person's reach, that's what our Patreon is for. So if you can, great. If you can't, we're not going to hate you for it or anything, but every penny helps to knock off some of the bill.
It's 8:00 here.
Jason says, I've started the teams page. I'll let you know when it's ready to view before it goes live. You can email everyone and ask them to look at it and give any feedback. Sweet. Excellent. I will. So, but the Patreon's easy enough to find. Type in, go to Patreon and just type in functional histories and you'll see a logo of Stone Suit. It's that easy. We've got four tiers, $5, $10, $20, and $50 a month. And even at the end of the run, it ends in September. So if you don't want to go on past September, that's fine. But you can shut it off at September, and we're golden. So please look, at least give the Patreon a look.
Can you shoot the link up in the comments over there?
I have been trying to do that for about the last 5 minutes.
Okay, no pressure.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I know I can. Jeez, I'm just, this thing it doesn't seem to want to log in. Oh, there it goes. I got it. Look at that. There it is. I got to find mine now. Where's mine? Patreon.
I found it. Do you want me to send you the link?
Oh, I just found it, man. Come on.
Oh.
There we go, folks. There's the link to our Patreon page.
Sweet.
So when it's in Nebraska, brakes, front valence, taillight, and some wiring with electrical. I'm sitting here reading this. With electrical tests. Someone else had mentioned working on the wiring after it leaves here. Yes, sir. That was Patrick from Mostly Old Parts and Rust. So he said he's very good at wiring, and it's Patrick who happens to have some experience that I'm personally aware of. So yeah, trustworthy is what I'm saying. He would be a good one for that.
Don't forget Schrodinger's floor pans. Oh, there, Ray.
For those that are interested, we found a really good website. It doesn't have a lot of parts for our car, but it does have quite a few, and it's just oldmoparts.com, I think is what it's called. Fantastic. It's got everything from fuel filters to lug nuts to it's basically all the little accoutrement that the car would need. So just an FYI, if anybody, like, hey, here's some shiny new lug nuts, send them over to JYD when he's got the car, that kind of thing.
So what site is that? Would you be so kind to put that in the comments?
I'll try to find it again. That one's just one that I happened to come across. I think Rooster sent that to me, if I remember right. I don't know. It might have been Ray. I'm kind of getting lost in all the names. Yes, it is oldmoparts.com. Oldmoparts.com. I typed it in.
Hi, Twisted Mopar.
I love Dennis to death. So there we are. Brad's got the car. Oh, I'm
Who's
sorry. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm going to edit it. I'll block it out.
Okay.
The Necromancer has the car. He is going to tinker on something behind the grill.
Or maybe in front.
He won't tell anybody what it is. Well, we love you anyway, even if you're not winning, Dennis. Not that you don't win. I'm just saying, like, you're one of our heroes. And he's going to knock that off probably this weekend, going over to Wit Camps. And then from Wit Camps, I guess you, JYD, you and he are hooking up somewhere, right?
Yep.
So, hello, Cypher. Welcome. It was Jim. Okay. He's the one that told me about Old Moparts. So, yeah, there we go. We're all caught up. Does anybody else in the panel have anything to say?
If anybody needs information or photos of parts of the car before they get it, just let me know so that you can prepare.
Do I have your email address, or is it on your page?
Yeah, it's just the junkyardnecromancer@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yep. Made it easy. Yeah, and if it's not on my YouTube page, it's on my website, which is junkyardnecromancer.com. So
Necromancer.
Necromancer. Oh yes, Jim, I will be sending you photos and measurements of the wheels.
Winning lottery tickets. Oh yeah, no, sorry, man. You would have to be giving them to us. I tell you what, maybe we should ship it down to Florida and let the guys at New Smyrna Beach blow it up. I've seen what that car can do on the road.
Oh, it's getting seats.
Yeah, Ray mentioned that he was going to put seats in it when it's there. That being said,
Kind of need floors for that.
Right. Well, he didn't say he'd install them. He just said he'd put them in. But I have a request, please, because I know that the early A bodies weren't exactly meant for big folks. I am 6'4", and I am pretty soggy around the midsection. So please keep that in mind when you're bolting them to the floor, because she not so tall. Me, I hit my head on ceiling fans and stuff. So yeah, I can get you last week's numbers.
I'm 6'1", so I understand what you're talking about too. I like leg room, not being scrunched in a car. So
Right, I like to get in cars. I don't like to put them on.
Right, and 38 is a tall guy too. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So is Sir Whitcamp. He's 6'5" or something.
Oh, geez. Well, yeah, just use him as a marker.
Yeah.
There you go.
Put some chalk lines on the floorboard.
Well, so I'm 6 even, and I fit in it okay.
Well, yes, but you're also, let's call it more fit than I am. You're far less of a shape than I am. So, yeah, I'm gonna need some extra room. Question for everyone: does anyone know an app developer? I have a project I need help with.
I do, but I don't know if they are looking for projects. But I can ask.
In other words, Vic is a literal backseat driver. Well, on occasion. In the Rabbit, which is bad, I have to have the seat all the way down, all the way back, and tilted back so that I can fit in it properly. So, yeah.
I'm long in the legs. In my daily driver, I literally have the seat as far back and as far down as it can go and tilted as far back as it can just so I can stretch my legs out.
Yeah, but do you have like little T-Rex arms? Or are you leaning forward to drive?
Telescoping steering wheels.
Oh, well. Vic is asking for a wide body kit to accommodate. You're funny. What are you laughing at? Talking about wide bodies. Yeah, I'll send him your info, Colleen. Yes, Dennis, that does count as a backseat driver. All right. Well, folks, we've been on now for an hour and 10 minutes. It's really just an update video. We wanted to say hello and let everybody know where we were and what we were doing with the car. That Necromancer is going to install his GE jet engine, and things are looking up. So, Lee, you too, man. Be safe. Don't forget to send me your number.
See you.
I think we pretty much covered everything that we got so far.
So I know I'm jumping ahead, but what about so after it gets down to Nebraska, who is next on the list there?
That would be Micah with Empire of Rust.
Okay.
He is in the area with Dalton from Pole Barn Garage. Now, Dalton, I need to reiterate this. Dalton didn't say he was going to work on the car. He said, I'll slap a sticker on it as it goes by. I'm fine with that. I think it would actually be a funny video, but he doesn't seem to be the kind of guy to do that. So it might be at his place for a little bit before it heads on to the next one.
I would expect at least a handful of self-tapping screws in it. A handful of self-tapping screws somewhere in that car if it gets anywhere near him.
Exactly. Well, that probably will wind up in the tires. But yeah, after Dalton, it's going to head back up to Wisconsin with Indirect Connection, Rapid Transit, and Stage 0. Then it's actually on the final leg, man. It's going to hit Patrick with Mostly Old Parts and Rust. Jim, who is actually about 30 miles west of us. Jim's Fastback. Then to Levi, down there at Levi's. And then Jason, Rob, Chris from Fox Can Fix It, and I are all going to work on it right out here. Well, actually, we might work on it at Jason's garage. I don't know. But so, yeah, we got some good stuff going on. There's your jumping ahead.
There you go.
So, one last call for anybody that wants to say anything, anybody that, wants to ask anything like that.
I don't. I'm just glad to see that it's moving along and it's in a fresh pair of hands, and excited to see the next set of videos coming out. So
I'm both excited and now I'm kind of worried.
Nah, don't be worried. Don't be scared.
It's in the high performance section of the trip. I can't wait to see that thing running smooth, man. Jamie got it going, but just
I do want to ask you. So, it's got an electric fuel pump in it now. I don't know if the mechanical one is toast or if Jamie just did it that way so that he wasn't sucking garbage out of the old tank or something. Do you want it to stay with the electric pump, or would you prefer the mechanical pump? Or is there any sort of regulations that you need to meet for that? Or
as far as I know, if it's supposed to be on the track, I think it's supposed to have the stock pump.
It doesn't matter. You can do electric, either one. One thing I will say, and Rocket Restorations did a great job putting the gas tank in.
Right.
One thing I did notice, though, is he ran rubber hose from front to back. If you want to run that down a drag strip, that is going to have to be changed to metal lines or braided lines. You're only allowed 12 inches total of rubber line, and that's just to put it onto the mechanical fuel pump or into the gas tank just for fitting purposes. But the line does have to be steel to be approved for drag racing.
Well, there you go.
Or braided, but it can't be rubber all the way down.
My personal preference would be the mechanical pump. I just, the less electronics that are on the car to fail, the better off I feel. You know, I like mechanical stuff. So
The
Sure.
problem with that is the modern mechanical fuel pumps don't exactly have the greatest track record.
Yeah, and the electric fuel pump, you turn the key on, it goes brrrt, and pressurizes the fuel system, and then it'll just start.
Or you can sit there and crank, and then finally it gets fuel and fires up.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, all my Fords, they just start right away, and they've got mechanical fuel pumps. So
It depends on how long you let them sit.
that's true. Yeah, and if it evaporates out of the carburetor, and
I will say I've had more fuel pump problems since I started getting into Chryslers than I have ever since I was just a Ford guy. So take that for what you will.
all right. Well, folks, you guys, if you don't mind, hang out here until after the stream. Everybody else, there you go. There's your updates. The car is moving. It is now, what would you say, about 550 miles from the coast now? Heading this way?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit further than that.
Well,
I'm gonna look at a map real quick.
Oh, did the GPS monitor thingy work at all? Did you check that?
So it works, but I didn't think about it. The battery is just kind of plopped in the engine bay right now, and it's kind of sort of bungeed in there. And so just to be safe for the trip, I removed it and put it in the back of the truck, and then forgot that the GPS thing needs electricity to run.
Mm-hmm.
So it was working. I plugged it in when I was over at Scott's, and it was working, but then I pulled the battery out, so it did not log the miles between his place and mine.
Okay, so I'm wondering, because I think there's an internal battery too that just maintains, so it stores the data that's in there. I think. So I think if you plug it back in, it just would have missed that leg of the trip, though, which is no big deal. It's just
yeah, and I assume so because Scott had it unplugged, and then we plugged it in, and it showed mileage on it. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see.
that thing's awesome, by the way. Well, all right. Well, I think we're good, folks. Much love, peace, love, happiness, all that stuff. Thank you for paying attention and listening to us ramble about a car that nobody's used in 60 years. So, or maybe 50, I guess. But we're all happy that you're here, and we appreciate it. We're gonna scratch it for the night and say goodbye. So,
All right, thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Peace.